Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is going to be just a little quick video. I had one of my subscribers ask if I could please do a video and show you guys how I finish the backs of my canvases. And of course, if someone asks, I am happy to do so. So I have this really small canvas. I actually did it. It was a live pour that I did at the home show I was participating in last weekend, and I did a live pour while people were walking by. Let me tell you, it was nerve-wracking. Like, I was so nervous, and all these people were watching and oohing and eyeing, and I didn't have the hair dryer, so I had to blow it out. So that was the end result, which isn't so bad actually, considering I used my lungs. But anywho, so it's an 8x8 canvas. So what I have here is just brown craft paper. I bought it at Michael's. Can't tell you how much I bought it. I think it was 13 bucks, 13, 14 bucks. Keep in mind I'm in Canada, so it's probably cheaper in the US, but Michael's always has 40, 50% off coupons, so when you can get it half price, it's great. So what I do is I try and do a bunch of canvases at once, because doing one at a time it's a pain in the butt. So what I do is I roll this out and I put all my canvases on it. I try and save as much as possible and use up every piece that I can, because if you measure everything, there should be no reason why you should have a lot of leftover paper rolling around. You know what I mean? Like, there shouldn't be any extra paper. So what I do is first off, I have a rubber stamp that I had made for me. I had it made by, I work at a law firm, and I used our supplier who supplies our stationery and all that stuff. And I said, hey guys, can you make me a rubber stamp? And of course they can, so they did. I paid about 20 bucks for it. So it's just a rubber stamp. It's got my name on it. I'm sure it's probably backwards if you're looking at it. So what I do, it's just a self-inking stamp. And what I do is I always stamp the inside, like the back side of my canvas. Even if I'm putting the brown craft paper on, I still stamp the back, because you know, this could get ripped down the road at the, you know, we're in its new home, or maybe the person who bought it doesn't want the paper on it and they decide to rip it off. My stamp is still there. So I always stamp the actual canvas. On the bigger canvases that have the wood piece in the middle for the support, I stamp the actual wood. If you can stamp the wood, I'd say stamp the wood, it's probably better. But in this small piece, I just stamp the center of the canvas. And then I always stamp my craft paper as well. So I'll tell you what I do. So I have, this is an 8x8. I take a ruler. I don't have it down here with me. I just have this measuring tape. So what I do is I literally measure 7 3/4. So if my canvas is 8 inches exactly, what I do is with a ruler and a pencil on my brown craft paper, I measure out 7 3/4, and I do basically 7 3/4 all the way around. And then I cut it out, and I end up with a square piece, which is just shy of 8x8 inches. So then what I do is I stamp my craft paper. So in this case, I know the orientation of which way my painting goes. So I'm gonna stamp the bottom corner of my piece, of my paper I mean. So there you have it. And you'll see if you measure correctly and you know, you use a ruler, you'll see it's absolutely pretty much perfect. Unless your actual canvas is crooked, because that does happen from Michael's. I have had canvases where I bought them and they were crooked, they weren't level, so I end up taking them back. But 9 times out of 10, your canvases are fine. So as you can see, like, I mean, it's perfect all the way around. Like, I mean, just a small little edge of the canvas on the outside. So what I do is I have a staple gun, which again, I bought at Michael's, and you can buy the staples for it at Michael's as well. And again, if you're using a coupon, it's very inexpensive. So I think you get like 1,000 staples for like $4 or something like that. And then if you use a coupon, like, I mean, come on, win-win, right? So anywho, I start at the bottom corner. These can be tricky. You have to get the hang of it. Like, I mean, when I first started, they weren't going in right, you know, nothing like that. But you get the hang of it after a while. And whatever you do, try not to staple on top of another staple. It won't go through. You'll just end up jamming your stapler or your staple gun. So try and avoid stapling over a staple. So the staple here is right here. So I'm just gonna staple a little bit above it. So here we go. And I'll do the bottom corners first. And one in the center. You don't need many, especially if it's a really small piece. Like, I mean, in this case, the staple is smack right in the middle. So I'm just gonna move over a bit and just do it a little bit to the side. Then I turn it around, stretch it out. Don't pull too much because you don't want to rip it. And just stretch it out and continue with your corners. So now I'll show you. Let me just do this corner and then I'll show you what just happened. So let's see here. I will put that one there. Oh, I'll show you exactly what happened. So these three went in perfectly. As you can see, they're perfect. Now on this side, it happens where the staple, let's focus, the staple, let's just face it, didn't go in properly. Like, I mean, you can sit, and even this one, it's good, but it didn't go all the way down. So you can sit there and fidget and pick it out, and then you'll just have holes in your paper, or just grab a hammer, little hammer, and basically just on the edges, let me try and bring it up for you. Just basically hammer in the corner here and the corner here, and you'd be surprised. It goes right down and you wouldn't even know the difference. I won't do it on the table because I'll probably knock the camera over, but I'll do it on the floor real quick. Hold on. Oh, maybe the floor wasn't the greatest idea, but you can see, like, I mean, it's not going to be perfect. If you can get all the staples perfect, power to you, but it doesn't always happen. Sometimes the staple won't penetrate the wood, and it is what it is, right? So let's see, we'll put one more here. Perfect. And one more, there's a staple there, so I'll move it over and I'll put it right here. And that's it, guys. It's really that simple. So you can either hang hardware on the back. I don't typically, because, to me, I made this, so I know it goes this way, but the person who buys it might like it this way, or even this way. Like, I mean, you don't know how the person wants it hung. So what I do is I just have a little Ziploc baggie, those little, just get them from the dollar store. Let me see. I should be prepared, but I'm not. Let's see. Where would I have them? Anywho. They're somewhere stashed away in storage. So I'll show you this one. It's basically these Sawtooth hooks that I have. Just bought them off Amazon. I put them on some of my pieces because I actually had these hanging at the home show. So I needed to put them in so that I had something to hang them on my displays. So that's why they have them. Otherwise, they are in a little baggie, and I put this with the screws in the baggie, and then I just staple the baggie to the back. And, like I said, the person who buys it could then just grab a screwdriver and put it in wherever they want. So that's really it, guys. So to the lovely lady who asked, I'm sorry, I don't remember whose name it was, but you asked me to do a video and here it is, hun. So I hope that helps, and I hope that helps anyone else who's watching and has been wondering how to finish off their backings. So there it is, and that's it. If you have any questions, please ask. You know, I get all your messages, I get all your comments below, and I answer them all, and I appreciate all the feedback. So let me know what you think. If you have any questions, let me know. Give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know when I post new videos. Thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.